In this quick tutorial, I'll show you a quick tip about how to add different materials to the same object. And I've shown this within a couple of the other lessons, but I just thought I'd point this out for those of you who may not have seen those lessons. So even though this is all purple here, maybe I want this to be my specially made icosphere looking place and it needs some windows in it. So I can go into edit mode and I'll go into face select, which I am right there, and maybe this will be a window here like that. And so what I can do with that selected, I can press P and I can separate the selection like this. And by doing that, suddenly it's gone away because it's actually no longer part of the object. It's actually a different object. So, and we can verify it by going out of edit mode, and if I click there, it's selected and it's icosphere.001, and this is icosphere just icosphere like this. Alright, so this being a separate object, the beauty of this is that it's already aligned with the existing object. You can see I can move it. I'm going to escape that so it still sits there. And by virtue of that being an object, I can make it, give it its own material. But most of the time what you need to do is press the U key first. And what that does, it makes single user object data materials and text. Because if you don't do that, a lot of times it'll just assume the material that was on here, and if I go try and change this, it'll change this at the same time, and you can access that through here, object, make single user object data materials and text. Okay, so now with that selected and being a single user object, I can go over here and I'll add a new material to the scene, 04. I'll call it triangle 2. I think I had a triangle in there, and I'll make it some kind of blue. It doesn't really matter, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come down here, and since I want it to be a window, I'll go into transparency and I'll grab the alpha values right here and I'll just pull them down, and suddenly we have a transparent, there it is. You can actually see, if you look right down through there, you can see that that's sitting a little bit below the plane, and that's why you see it. Now you can't see the inside. Well, you can there. You can see it illuminated a little bit right there from the spotlight, but it's not rendered entirely like the outside is here, because one, it lacks light, and two, also is because by default the normals point outward. These are mathematical normals, point outward from the face of the planes, and then that's what the system uses as far as rendering the object. And in another lesson I'll take a look at changing the normals so you can render another side as well. Maybe I'll make that the next lesson as well. Well, so that gives you an idea. So you can do the same thing with all these. You could separate these all out and make them single users and give them an object, and then if you want to make sure that they move within the scene, you can then click this and click this and then press Control J, which is the same as object. Where is it? Join right there. Okay, so now it's just a single object in the scene. Alright, and the value of doing it that way, it just helps keep things aligned to the scene. There's many ways you could do it, but that's just, I find that to be a particular easy way. Alright, well that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.